Right, and welcome to the, well, we're going to call it 24 hours here, but it's a half an hour event on Paul Ricard on Roblox. At Paul Ricard on Roblox, excuse my English. You're here with me, El Fernandez again, for the live coverage and live commentary that will be posted on YouTube later on today, as you know, because you'll be watching this, so I don't know what I'm saying there. Yep, the race will be half an hour, as said, and there will be a double file formation lap. So we're just waiting for the half hour, and we will start this race. Under the orange, white, and black safety car, as we should start now. Oh no, we've got a driver who is currently not on the grid. They may be penalised for doing so, because they should have been on at 28 minutes past, and they are not, and they are awkwardly, well, they're in the car, but they seem to not be rather active at the moment. Drivers must do a two swaps. There must be two driver swaps at least for this race, unlike the Le Mans 24-hour race we did, even though everyone ended up doing two driver swaps. You can do more if you want, and yeah, let's hope that we see some very good racing here. Okay, it looks like we have a driver taking over the the Monty Max team. It looks like WTL is unable to race for this, so here we go. And we're having a few driver complications here, but we should be up and running in a minute now. Three driver teams, we have no idea if we're going to allow that, but I suppose. But if there's a three driver team, there must be three driver swaps.
Yeah, but we will be told to do like 3 cents. So we're doing it, so have rider.
So, here we go. Very long pre-show here, and it should have started by now, but clearly not. Oh, okay. Right, news from the safety car. There will only be two swaps. Hopefully just waiting for the safety car to go. So here we go, we're go. And Mr. 33 goes the wrong way. There's a random paint random paint bucket on the track. And what's this? People need to get off the grid.
It's Monty and WTL. I think that didn't work.
So we now wait for the safety car to come around this rather long Paul Ricard circuit. No, it's not as long as Le Mans, but right. So here we go. We're just coming around the long right-hander here. I don't know what turn this is. They should be double file, but single file will do for now, considering it's less hassle. Yeah, double file would lead to more collisions, but you know, everyone's right behind you. You may want to slow down. The safety car may want to slow down because, yeah, I've got multiple people talking to me here, so this may sound a little bit weird on the broadcast or on the video when you go. Here we go. The safety car just bunching everyone up now. Little bit slower, maybe 60 miles per hour for the safety car. Getting ready. Yeah, they're all bunching up nicely now, not crashing into each other. And as soon as the safety car goes into the pit lane, it will be green. And it's go, it's green. Green flag. Skill didn't have the best of starts, and actually it's the Monty team getting off to a very good start. Oh, and not Jordan. what looks like Mr. 33 have a collision. So that will be under investigation for later on in the race. But moving on, we've got an interesting battle for the lead here with the red and cream car, which I think is the Custome. Yeah, it's the Custome team. And can people on Skype stop talking to me while I'm trying to do the commentary? Moving on, the Lotus GP car is now dominantly getting away. There has been a mistake. Non-John attacking the Custome, and there's 2 cuts. So they've been given a warning. Skilled is now pulling away rather well now. The team will be eager. Oh, he's gone wide. He's gone wide at turn 1.
Apparently Sam got a push wide. Did you get any view of that?
I didn't see anything about that actually, so we'll keep an eye on this group though, because there's only like 4 cars. So here we go. Second lap now. And Custome taking a slightly wide. Yeah, he's gone wide. He's gone wide. But didn't think it cost him any problem. So into the inner kind of stadium section, as you would, of the Paul Ricard Circuit. And yeah, skills. Oh! There's a crash. There's a crash. It's a crash, and it is the Non-John team, the Lotus GP number 2. And Custome now catching skilled F1 racer. So no yellow so far, but that was a very strange spin. Let's have a look. I've actually forgotten to start the timer. We'll start at 25 minutes because it is 5 minutes through this race already. So that was a complete guess actually. I looked at the clock afterwards. So here we.
It started at about 32.
So all very well. No real major incidents or issues to address. They're all kind of separated by the same gap, and can once again people on Skype stop interfering with the broadcast. So it's about lap 3, I think it is, because I haven't been paying too much attention to it. 2 driver swaps are needed for this race, unlike the Le Mans race, as I said before. Yeah, Monty-Max. The Monty-Max team going wide is now is having a little bit of a battle with Non-John, and always going on the inside. Non-John. That's a desperate. They're both cut. Wow, Non-John. That may be a penalty because that's the second thing. And well, none of them gained any advantage, but they both cut turn 1. And Custome's gone wide, and he spun it. Wow! And he's hit the wall. He's hit the wall. That's a safety car. That's a safety car. As the Custome team, so this gives permission for the safety car to come out, and maybe. This could be a good chance for driver changes. So, oh yeah, there we go. The non-John team coming into the pits. He actually crashes into the pit lane. That's another excuse to have a yellow flag, as he now switched with I can't even say it. I'm not going to attempt it. He told me off for not saying it right. We'll say look even. Look, it's a book. That's what he told me to say. Look, it's a book. Book, it's a. Something like, look, it's a book, sir. But yeah, he did tell me off before this. But you're doing fine. The safety car is doing fine when it comes to speed. I'm having to talk with the safety car, hence why it's a bit strange on this broadcast today. We actually have a safety car, and he's in the broadcast suite. As for the Non-John Luca team has caught up to the field now. The safety car can speed up if he wants. He can keep it constant, but
well, you know when someone leader has pit, would the other people behind him have to go fast if they had to pit? Although it was safety car though, never mind.
So that's interesting. The Monty Max team asking their crew to come in when the safety car comes in. That's a bad decision. At least the non-John team.
I wonder who was playing that one.
So, and the Monty says no on the team radio there. It says no. But he's still he's still coming in. He's still coming in. What happened there? And the safety car crashes in the pit lane. But anyway, back to turn 1 where Skilled goes wide. Samstomo gaining some time now. And this is all very good. Is that Amigai? Is that Amigai in the Samstomo? No, I think that's Is that Samstomo in second place?
Yeah.
Oh, well, did they do a driver swap? I didn't see if the only team I saw do a driver swap was non-John, so I think that is Sam still. And Sam is increasing the gap to Skilled, and there's going to be a mini fight here by the looks of things. And we have one of the drivers on the track. They shouldn't be there. They should be in the pit lane, and they will be told off next time that happens. They shouldn't be on the track, as we see the Monty Max team that has had their first driver change done. Lap 5, I believe it is. With the Lotus GP and Sam Stamo team yet to make a swap. Non-John is the major winner in this. Non-John team, the Non-John and Luca team. So anyway, back with the leaders. We've got Skilled F1 Racer leading Sam by about a second, just about a second. And good racing here by the looks of things. No collision. Even though it was Sam Stemo who caused the yellow flag. And he goes a bit wide, so it's Skilled getting a bit of time. Non-John actually closing up on this group as well. But let's not forget, anything could happen. I mean, we had the most unlikely team winning the Le Mans 24-hour yesterday. So, you know, it was... It's unpredictable, these type of races. As it now gets to sunset time. And this is quite a nice view for the Paul Ricard Circuit, and we see the headlights a little bit more clearer now. And here we go. There's a battle. There is a battle between Sam Stamo and Skilled F1 Racer. Most of this is going to affect the drivers majorly, and these two are going to have to stop soon. They're going to have to stop. If not, they will have to face it later on, and that could really cost them. So, you know, looking back, Non-John's actually dropped a bit. So, yeah, that's the story on this lap. As Skilled cuts, and so does Sam. So that's Sam Stamo's third warning, effectively. So...
20 minutes to go.
Actually, the timer says 18 minutes and 30 seconds to go.
No, the race started at 32 minutes past.
I think you'll find that on my PC it started at half. Well, it didn't start at half past, but when I started the timer, it was 35 minutes past the hour. So, nah, safety car. Anyway, back to the action, and this battle is still going on. With, yeah, it now says 42 minutes past the hour, so my time is correct with my clock down here. And this is getting into quite an intense battle, but they're going to have to pit, which means that's going to let Non-John take the lead. And if Monty Max, well, I think it's now Spazzy Pingu in the car, I'm not quite sure, then they will be also capitalising on this opportunity. So we're moving on. It'll be interesting. And Sam Stamo pits, and he is the third driver to hit that wall, coming into the pits. So Skilled F1 Racer with a little bit of breathing space. He's still got his sister car behind him, effectively, and there's the Monty Max Racing team in third position as we just follow him around. It is Monty Max in the car. So did they actually do a try? Yeah, because it was Mr. 33 that was in the first stint. So yes, Monty Max now in the car and in third as the cameraman does a quadruple backflip.
I'll come off the call for the race, so reduce lag.
So anyway, Non-John really caught up to Skilled now. Non-John has increased that gap now, so maybe it wouldn't. It's not Non-John, it's Luke, isn't it? Yeah, it's Luca and Lukitsa as Skilled F1 Racer comes into the pits, and people have come off the Skype call, which means I will have to quickly adjust that. Yay! Anyway, back to the race, and it's now Lukitsa in first place, and wow, we didn't expect that happening. Lukitsa in first, Lukitsa Bukitsa. Yeah, I said it right. Lukitsa Bukitsa. There you go. So you can now praise me. You can tell me off for the amount of times I've said it wrong. But he's got a pretty big lead. Followed by Monty Max in second. I don't know whether he's going to catch up. Third, it's Samstamo in third, so they've actually undercut the Lotus boys, but Samstamo's gone wide and Lotus takes third as he cuts, so he'll get a warning for that. As Samstamo cuts, that's not Samstamo though, but yeah, he still cuts. Who is the team saying to Samstamo? Safety car? Down there? Over there? Oh, okay. Well, that's a big help. So, I'm just going to say the Samstamo team just cuts, really. It's interesting that the Lotus team chose Lotus to do the second stint. Oh, and there's a spin! There's a spin, and it's Army Guy in the Samstamo team that spins. So, there you go, folks. Looks like their race has been slightly ruined. And it will be a full course yellow, because I think he had contact. And the safety car will have to come out now. Which means people can make their second driver change. And yet, that's what Non-John does straight away. Well, it's not Non-John in the car. It's, no, it is Non-John in the car. And he's crashed into the pits. And it's Lukitsa even. So has Monty Max. So that's technically their second driver swap done. Now, is Lotus going to pit? No, he's going to take the lead. He's going to take the lead from Non-John. And the safety car should be out. And a little warning. So that, effectively, Lotus can lap the field. Because because effectively, wow. No, Lotus has slowed down on... slow down, and should they be... Is that the position? Is that the position? Safety car will be in at the end of this lap. And what is going on with the formation? I don't think they know what the formation is here. And it should be Army Guy second.
Not second. Army overtook. Army did overtake.
I
saw it turn one.
Thank you, safety car. And the safety car just reports that it should be Non-John second. And apparently Army Guy should be last, apparently. So, I don't know if that's true. I'll check that with the safety car, who is coming in this lap. As Army Guy actually just overtakes. And, so here's the order. It's Lotus first, Non-John second, Army Guy third, and Monty Max fourth. By the looks of things, it's Monty Max. It could be Mr. 33 or it could be Spaz. And it's Spaz. So there we go. And yeah, look, Spaz making a move on the army guy, but that looks like they're going into the corner. Great defense. Great defense. Moving on. It's oh, hello. We have both the Lotus boys fighting up here, and then we've got Spazzy Pittingu has made the move, and he's made it stick into third position, and that is Army Guy cutting the last corner, but it doesn't matter because he's lost a heck of a lot of time from doing that, and Army Guy will need to pit soon, as does Lotus for their last stint. So Nonjon and Spaz, once again, the major winners. I think everyone should have pitted on the safety car. It was a stupid idea not to. So as it gets later and later, with about 10 minutes to go here. Yeah, it is 10 minutes to go here at the Paul Ricard Circuit, and the Monty Max team telling Spazzy Pingu to push, because look at this, it's a top 3 battle for the first place. Effectively, Lotus is only provisional there, provisional first, but it's still a battle nevertheless. It's his position at this current moment. So, oh, that looks like a cut in the last corner. He's got a great exit. Spy is now into second place, and what an overtake! But sadly, he cut to get the position. So so he might have to give that back. So he may. Nothing has been rewarded for that. Even though it should really, and the time is now getting later, and now Nonjon getting desperate for that second place, which is going to end up being first, effectively. I wonder if another safety car will come out. That'll make things very interesting. And I've noticed that the Nonjon takes a rather wider line coming out of the last corner. He takes all that kind of tarmac on the left hand side. Here we go. Spa on Lotus for the first place. And no, not close enough. Not close enough. And I think, yeah, Samstamo is now in the car. Their race is effectively ruined, unless something happens. As Sam gets into the car, he's got a lot of catching up to do. Moving on, back to this front battle, as Nonjon almost crashing into the back of Spazzy Pingu, as Spazzy Pingu's pit cuts again. So they may end up getting a drive-through. And the Lotus team telling Lotus to hurry up because the gap is clearly not big enough. And it looks like Nonjon is going to catch this Spazzy Pingu group, as they're telling him to actually pit, which is a bit unorthodox, I think, especially in this current situation, where they've technically got the lead, and there's a crash! There's a crash! Full course yellow! And that's... And now everyone piling into the pit lane by the looks of things. This is actually a big relief for the Lotus guys and Samstamo, because this gives them a free pit stop. Safety car is already waiting at turn 1 this time. Good boy. And
Okay, the cream and red car, I don't know which one it is, need to be slower because it is actually now full course yellow, so you can't go that fast. Okay, just say that on the broadcast thingy, okay?
sorry, say that again.
The cream and red car needs to go slightly slower because of course it's full course yellow, and it is actually
So, we'll just let him catch up to the group for now, because if not, it's going to take forever, and etc. etc. And is that Lotus in pit? That's interesting. Very interesting that he didn't swap. About roughly 5 minutes to go. I think it's.
Okay, it's a Lotus team, and then it's the Monty team, and then it's another Lotus team.
Yeah, so it's Lotus, Monty, and then Non-John. So that's very interesting. And
So, yeah, okay,
safety
so
car in this lap.
is it? I think it's 6 minutes, then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 6 minutes 30 seconds. Is coming up to just the 6 minute mark in this race. Lotus getting very close to the safety car there, but he's backed off now.
I'm backing off. I'm just. Oh my god.
Oh, he stopped. He just stopped in.
Yeah, you were talking.
I did say safety car in this lap, so he's just caused a collision effectively. And that's Spazzy. Spazzy's passed under the safety car. He's stopped now, and you can go now. Just go. And that's caused a massive pile because Lotus backed into just backed into the rest of the field by braking so much. And Non-John's going to attempt it to turn one. That is crazy. That is crazy, but he still managed to keep it and stay third. So I didn't think that was going to happen. So, yeah, the gap, as his team is telling him, is about 5 seconds from Lotus to Spazzy Pingu, whose team is telling him to actually pit. But why would they do that? It's a very, very mad thing that's gone on in that safety car period. Everyone had a chance to pit and change, but clearly not. So it's morning now in Paul Ricard, and Lotus with quite a healthy lead now as Spa goes a bit wide and Samsung gets a good run out of the last corner there. Still a little bit behind the rest. My god, hasn't it been a good race? As I said, the Lotus team is the only team that really needs to make a pit stop, because the Samstamo team did make a pit stop, not under the safety car strangely, but just in normal race time. And oh, hello, here we go, there's some action here. There's Non-John versus Spazzy Pingu, or is it Lukitsa? It is Non-John. They've done both their driver changes, and he's got a good run on the inside here, but Monty bags. Oh! And a collision, but it won't be a yellow. Won't be a yellow. As Sam complaining of technical difficulties with the car. Where is he on track? He's dropped off the leaders by quite a bit now. So, that could be a possible retirement due to the failure. And here we go into turn one. Nothing really, no real fights, but Non-John quickly back on the tail of Spazzy Pingu. I'm actually getting a bit tired of staring at the screen here. Nothing really happening, and Lotus has actually opened up the gap a little bit bigger. It's about 10 seconds. I wouldn't say it's pit stop worthy yet, but it is rather big, as there is no real speed limit. Here we go. Monty's gone wide. Spaz has gone wide. Non-John's taking the lead, and Spaz hits the back of him. And now Non-John effectively has got the lead, unless Lotus makes this even more bigger. And is that right? Is Spaz pitting? No, he's not. With about, yeah, as the safety car says, about 2 minutes left. 2 minutes 30 actually, to be exact on my timer to the left hand side of me here. There's just, it wouldn't be beneficial, would it? So, and still telling him to box this lap. But I think Lotus could do a possible quick pit stop here. If they can make the swap very quick, this could be very interesting. It looks like the Lotus GP2 team is going to take the honours here, because it looks like the Montimax team also going to pit. It's not going to be enough for Lotus. It's clearly not enough. As you can see, it's going to be Non-John who's going to win this by the looks of things. We don't know. We've got 2 minutes plus an additional lap. So, for the last lap, as I informed the drivers about this, and Non-John now getting quite a healthy lead. So, nothing really to commentate about this part. It seems to be all set on paper there.
You can commentate about how I've just got race 7.
Nothing really. Skilled F1 racer now in the Lotus car, and unless another safety car happens, which I really do doubt, well, it may. I doubt anything will happen. I don't think there's enough time to have another safety car. So there is Non-John, and there is Spazzy Pingu, who's had quite a bad well, not a bad race, but he's had quite a disappointing race.
Is it last lap?
Not quite yet. I'll say when the last lap is. The last lap will be next lap, because the timer has now run out. So, next lap is the last lap. And the drivers are reporting of Spazzy Pingu cutting. And let's have a look at the last corner. He does cut, but that isn't really much of a cut. And would it be worth giving him a drive-through penalty? It depends how big he cuts into turn 1. And it looks like Non-John's going to take the lead here. As it is the last lap. And skilled been chosen. Just watching Spazzy Pingu. Apparently someone needs to pit, and Spazzy Pingu is pitting. I don't get why they're pitting here, because it's the last lap. All they have to do is pit, and Non-John takes the lead, takes the win, and Spaz second under investigation though. Skilled F1.
I think that should be a 25-second penalty. And
skilled cuts. And last is Sam Stumo, but as I said, under investigation. And it does look like Spazzy Pingu will get a penalty.
oh no, the safety car is randomly driving across the track with a 25.
Yeah, and it is official. It is official. Spa is now last due to this.
It's also a very good race circuit.
And well, that's our coverage. Disqualification would be too much, I think. But the fact that he's finished last, so effectively the order is first Non-John team, second Skilled Lotus team, third is now Samstamo, and fourth is Spazzy Pingu Montimax team, due to the amount of cutting Spazzy Pingu did on his very long stint. I think he can be slightly excused for that, as the drivers now. Let's see if we can get a view of our winners. They're in the pit lane. Are they in the pit lane? I think they've gone around again. No, that's the Lotus GP team. It's not the right rear wing, but we'll still have a look in. They're actually in the pit lane anyway. They're all here. And well, so that was an interesting race, and that really concludes our coverage of the Paul Ricard 24 hours. Still, stay on this channel, because this week we're going to have a few more races. We're going to have like Sebring and all sorts, so you may want to stick around. We may have Catalonia, we have Silverstone, could be a possibility. So as I said, stick with us. There'll be a race hopefully loaded every week, every day of the week, as New Beaver, our safety car man, and has kind of been in this broadcast all this time. You may not have heard him, as it is jumping on my head. But anyway, from me and New Beaver, he's goodbye.